for the route, which, in this case, seems not to be very favorable. Clouds will probably adversely affect image quality during the final part of the flight.
Повторите Нижний край, пожалуйста. 0,90 метров, видимость 1,5 километров. Спасибо.
On the apron, the crew prepares the aircraft.
Hier, on a échangé le magasin et puis par le fait d'un miracle, ça a fonctionné.
Just before takeoff, the aircraft captain gives the safety briefing. A Russian ATC controller takes a seat in the cockpit near the interpreter. The C-130H takes off and the observation flight begins as agreed in the mission plan.
Alors, une fois qu'on a décollé, virage à droite avec une montée à 900 mètres.
Throughout the flight, the observed party controls the flight parameters compliance with the mission plan. They record the time at each turning point and the coordinates and times of the sensor's events. They are also able to communicate on the radio to the ATC authorities if necessary. Mission data backups are made by the observing party if problems occur with the primary system. Photographs are taken sequentially and in good conditions. The Samsung pod, fixed in the nacelle under the port wing, is equipped with 3 framing cameras, vertical, left and right, a panoramic camera and a video camera fixed vertically downwards. At 2,000 meters, the length width is about 5 kilometers from both sides of the flight path. The observing party also records the coordinates of the sensor's events, since they have to send to all state parties a detailed report of the observation flight within 7 days. Actually, the OSF 14. Rostov Airfield, located in the south of Russia, is an open skies refueling airfield. On Thursday morning at 9, back to Rostov, the teams get prepared for the second segment of the observation flight. The second part of the flight is conform with the expectation. While reaching the Kubinka region, the aircraft encounters bad weather, forcing the crew to change the flight route to avoid Sibi. In this case, the treaty forbids any photographs to be taken, as the aircraft deviates further than 50 kilometers from the flight plan route. Meanwhile, the observed team monitors flight safety, compliance with the provision of the treaty, and makes sure that the crew and the interpreter give accurate information on their intentions and the flight data to ATC. The observation flight will have lasted over 10 hours and flown more than 4,000 kilometers in 2 days for 5,500 Mach permitted. The C-130 lands at last at Kubinka. The film magazines are removed and packed to be taken to the processing laboratory. This procedure has to be done by media specialists of the observing party under supervision of the observed media specialist. The sensor covers are replaced for the return transit flight. The film processing can then start. This procedure will take a few hours and it's split into 3 phases. First phase, specialists carry out sensitometry to optimize film processing according to the light conditions encountered during the flight. Second phase, this is the actual film processing. Third phase, more sensitometric tests are carried out to check the homogeneity of the processing. All the members of both teams have visual control over the film processing and recorded annotations. The annotations simplify the points of interest identification during post-mission analysis. In the meantime, the observing team prepares the mission report, the OSF-14. The mission report shall be signed by the observing and observed parties at the point of exit and shall be provided by the observing party to all other state parties within 7 days after departure of the observing party from the point of exit. It is signed to signify completion of the mission, which, notwithstanding the bad weather conditions, will have enabled the observing party to gather nearly 232 meters of imagery. At the protocol dinner, which puts an end to the mission, speeches are made and modest gifts are exchanged.
So, wypią za newcomers.
Friday, at 8 a.m., the multinational team prepares to leave the Russian territory, with the observation flight films on board. After the checking of the bill presented by the observed party, after the final customs and immigration procedures compliance and confirmation of acceptance of the flight plan, the sensor covers are checked and the two teams say goodbye. Handshakes are heartfelt, and in spite of the tiredness, the teams are obviously satisfied with the outcome of the mission. Everyone involved feels that they have contributed in their own way to the successful execution of the Open Skies Treaty in a genuine spirit of transparency and openness.